This is a brand new world silver coin. It has the potential to be one of the great coins, such as the Krugerrand, maple, or kangaroo, but it also may have limitations. Find out today why this coin should be in your collection here on the Culture of Currency. Malta, a Mediterranean marvel of monumental magnificence and majestic antiquity. The collection of islands that make up this nation of Malta is considered by UNESCO, or the body who focuses on education, science, culture, communication, and information, to foster mutual understanding and respect for our planet, as one of the most concentrated historical areas of the world. And now we have a silver bullion coin to admire that should remind us of the culture and history of such a cool place. There are many things on this coin that will give lessons on the history and culture, but there are a handful of items worth your attention that predate the imagery on this coin. It is believed that Malta was settled in 5900 BC. That is almost 8,000 years ago. This predates the pyramids of Giza and just about every World Heritage Site you can think of. Its geographical location led to many of the greats having influence of these islands, including the Phoenicians, the Carthaginians, Romans, Greeks, Arabs, Normans, Knights of St. John, the French, and British, just to name a few. It was under British rule that the independence of Malta was granted. The year was 1974. We also have some amazing references to Malta in Homer's Odyssey, where Odysseus was shipwrecked as a result of Calypso, as well as the Apostle Paul when he was a part of a company's shipwreck that eventually led to him landing on the island, which can be read in Acts chapters 27 through 28. But let us now turn our attention to this coin as we look at the imagery and place it on our 60-point scale. On the obverse, we're met with a delightfully ornate representation of historical symbols. This is not a coat of arms of Malta, but rather the heraldry of the Bank of Malta, which is a unique tradition to place on a coin. At the top, we see the central Bank of Malta, as well as the mural crown, which is a crown that represents the city walls, held up by branches of olive and palm, representing peace and tradition. We have a shield with a key, which in many occasions means the Vatican has influence, which makes sense as 90% of this land is believed to be Catholic. Being that this is a bank emblem, however, it might just represent the security of the fiduciary institution. Below the key, we have the Maltese flag, which is red and white and hosts the St. George Cross, which was awarded to the island for its valor and bravery in World War II. Holding up the shield are two modernized representations of medieval knights. These knights need to be talked about, as these two knights represent confidence and strength, as well as something much older. If you look at the breastplate, you will notice a cross, but it is not a Latin or Greek cross. This is known as a Maltese cross. This dates back to the Crusades, where the Knights of St. John were banded in the First Crusade. Eventually, they made Malta their home base in the Renaissance period. This group of knights were also known as the Hospitallers. Their role was to take care of injured pilgrims to and from the Holy Land, but became more military in order as Islamic forces advanced on the Holy Land. We see two more Maltese crosses on the outside of the two-handed broadsword-wielding blokes, and also see radiating lines which offer so much to the eye. Another note is towards the bottom, which denotes 5 euros, which also is a hint at this nation being a part of the Eurozone, which happened in the 2000s. Overall, this is a marvelously fantastic and unique obverse and scores a 10. When we flip to the reverse, we have the star of the show, or in this case, a cross that kind of looks like a star. We see a designation of year, weight, and purity, and yes, that does say 4 nines. We have a set of amazing radial lines that tie the front to the back, and we have an ornate representation of the Maltese cross. This historical symbol is a crucial symbol to both the Crusaders and Christendom. It is beyond beautiful and honestly, in my opinion, just as pretty as the imagery found on the back of the Canadian maple. This is just flat out fantastic and scores a 10. Mintage is our next area. This coin is labeled as a new major international bullion coin. This being said, I do not have a cap on mintage, which lands the score at a neutral 5, but I have some indicators that may give us a window of expectations. This coin is produced by the Pressburg Mint of Slovenia on behalf of Malta. The majority of coins from the Pressburg Mint are capped below 25,000, which makes me wonder about this mint's ability to produce on the scale of, let's say, the Krugerrand or Maple. It is my hope that this coin is produced at that scale, as it would be amazing to have another cornerstone bullion product on the market, but this coin may be in line more with, let's say, the Hawksbill Turtle of Niue, which is a world bullion coin produced in high quantities, but not at the standard of, let's say, the Australian kangaroo. This is such an exciting time for bullion coins, and I wish the best for this series. Now we must talk about cultural significance. This coin, as described earlier, is basically a fingerprint of the Maltese hand of culture. We have the Maltese cross, and every item seen on the Bank of Malta's emblem is consistent with the history. Anywhere in the world that you would find this cross, you would be able to identify it as a Maltese cross. There really is nothing you can say that detracts from the cultural significance of this coin, so it scores a 10. When it comes to collectability, this being a new widely produced bullion coin with fantastic design lends me to think that we have a real winner for collectors and stackers alike. Mass production often means a lower premium, and a theme that has roots in the Crusades, religion, and knights are a trifecta not often seen in the marketplace. I think this coin will have some of the strongest demand, though with supply being high, it may not seem like it. I give it a 10. Now is the time for uniqueness. The instant I laid eyes on this coin, I knew I had to have it. There are many reasons for this, but one that instantly drew me in was knowing that this coin captured so much of the essence of Malta. I feel as if I was Maltese, I would have such pride and joy in this coin. It captures history, culture, and relevance, and is so unique. I've never seen a coin with any of the representations that we see here. This being said, it is highly unique and scores a perfect 10. This means our Maltese cross crosses the line at 55 out of 60, which is more than elite. This means this coin has found itself tied at the top of all coins I've collected, and the only detraction is mintage because it's high. The coin scored higher than just about every world coin. It is elite and should be considered for every single person who watches this video. What an amazing thing. When I look at this coin, I see ancient cultures, I see the Crusades, I see the islands of Malta, and I see what has already become one of my favorite coins. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to support this channel with no cost to you, please check out the link in the description below where you can buy coins just like this, and as serving a reference to APMEX, they will actually pay me for sending you to them. Thank you, as always, and please remember to stay classy and current with the culture of currency.